Hey, I'm Michael Dotto, and this is my informative speech. Admit it, you've done it. You've been driving down that street, and yes, highway as well, when your phone goes off telling you have a text message. With no hesitation, you look down and immediately grab it. What's the harm, really? I'll steer with one hand and do this quickly. Seconds pass and you're still looking down at your phone. You send your text and put the phone between your legs and you look up. There's a car right in front of you. You slam on your brakes and you steer right hard to the left or to the right, missing the car just by inches. This happens every day, and people are constantly putting their life in danger for a simple message. This exact scenario happened to a 19-year-old British woman, but unfortunately, the end result was devastating. While driving at night and in the rain, she used her cell phone 9 times in a span of 15 minutes, sending and reading text messages. Without paying attention, she suddenly rear-ended a 64-year-old grandmother, sending the poor woman off the road and hitting a barrier. She died on impact. Texting has grown from about 10 billion text messages a month in 2005 to more than 110 billion text messages in 2008. A study at Harvard in 2003 estimated that cell phone usage contributed to 6% of crashes. To keep that in perspective, that's 2,000 deaths per year and 500 deaths per week. So basically, let's think about this. What truly makes texting behind the wheel so dangerous? The answer is one simple concept. Every second you spend looking at the phone is 1 second you're not spent looking on the road. One report even suggests that the time it takes to even write a short text, a driver could travel the length of a football field and not even look up once. Researchers have also found evidence that texting while driving is even more distracting than talking on the phone. The logic behind this is actually quite simple. Drivers are able to multitask as they talk on the phone, drive with one hand, and just look at the road ahead. But here's the other thing. When you're texting requires drivers to switch their attention from either the road itself or the phone itself. So you had to pick either one. Ultimately, this increases your chance of crashing 23 more times than usual. Not to be outdone, though, a study conducted by Car and Drive magazine even suggested that texting while driving is more dangerous than drunken driving. Their study consisted of rigging a car with a red light to alert drivers when to brake, and that tested how long it takes to hit the brake. Overall testing thing. They tested when the driver was sober, legally drunk, emailing, and even sending out text messages. And let me tell you, the results, they're scary. The reaction time for the sober driver was 0.54 seconds to brake. As the testing continued, the reaction became slower and slower with each event occurring. So when legally drunk, the driver added 4 extra feet to the original distance, which isn't too bad. When reading an email, 36 more feet were added to the original distance. To put that in perspective again, that's 2 car lengths worth. Finally, when text messaging, 70 extra feet were added to the original distance. That's just remarkable. This just proves, due to a slower reaction time, texting while driving is extremely more dangerous than drinking and driving. All in all, though, from the stories and statistics I have just shared, it is clear to me and should be to you that texting while driving is the most dangerous task anyone can do behind the wheel. And we must remember, in that split second as we look down and we're staring at our phone, it can ultimately be our last moment alive. Thank you.